I'm Bill Holstein. I'm on the board of the Overseas Press Club and a former correspondent. Covered Afghanistan, the refugees pouring out of Afghanistan, the Vietnamese boat people pouring out of Vietnam. Did you ever ask yourself personally, why you? This was not pleasant. These are not pleasant stories to cover. You were sick, it was hot, had inadequate lodging. What about it, your personal lives? It led you to be the ones on the ground to take the risk and spend the time to do this. What can you connect up the dots about why you were the ones who devoted all this time and energy and discomfort to this story?
So I ask myself that question all the time, especially since my demographic is not the demographic affected. So I think a lot about how that affects my coverage. So in that way, yes, I think about it constantly. I think also that I come from a place of privilege and comfort, and I think it's important that I utilize that privilege and comfort, and not just being Caucasian, well-educated woman in America, but also because I work for the Washington Post and we have resources to do these stories, and I just feel like it's our duty to do them well and to commit fully to them. And I'm very lucky that I have editors that feel that way too and let me do that. And I'm also young and now's the time. So, yeah. And also, it's something I have a feeling you're going to also say, but nothing that we experience covering these stories will ever compare to what the people who we're covering, and I'm sure you know this too, are going through ever. It's no comparison because we get to go home. So I think it's important to remember that too.
Yeah. It was uncomfortable. It was hot. There were mosquitoes and, my feet hurt, but that was only after, a few hours, whereas, this kid then walked for another 10 hours. And so how can I complain that I was sick and that my feet hurt? Like, it just doesn't. I'm from Mexico City. I'm also come from, a educated, privileged background. But for me, it's just, my mom left the U.S. and went to Mexico and under completely different circumstances. And it was a choice, and she just did it because she wanted to. And seeing people leave Mexico to come here, it was just always something that, choosing to leave, it's one thing to choose, and it's one thing to have to leave. And I've just always thought that making that choice is brave, no matter what your politics are. Like, making that journey is not easy, and it's brave, and I've just always wanted to witness it. So I'm not entirely sure why me, but it's just something that I've always cared about. And then this, the last 2 years, it's just been one thing after another with immigration, and it's just important to cover it.